So a little bit about the experience this time was it was a very, very quick turnaround. I think it was Sunday night, and they hit me up saying, "Hey, we got to get you all the files and get this thing mixed by Wednesday." So we had like 4 days. I panicked, so I called a couple of my assistants to just come stay at the house and help me out. So we had a few Pro Tools rigs running, and we had kind of a factory set up. And yeah, we got through it, and it was very, very stressful, but really, there was a lot of good music involved too. So it was fun. It was, to be honest, it was more file collecting than mixing. Like it was, yeah, it was really just trying to locate the right files. We'd be on the phone for days, just trying to track down, this missing stem or that missing vocal that got tracked here with this engineer, but that engineer is out of town sick. So he's having the other guy go in and check the hard drives. And then we find out that that was an old version, a new verse got tracked. So it was immense, like detective work, just trying to get it together. And then, so the cool thing, this is kind of a problem solving deal that we did. We ended up not finding a lot of those parts. And, we're not just going to tell the artist, "Hey, we lost your files." No. So we found ways to actually splice in the reference 2 tracks that were approved of like the finals that he likes. He wants the mix to kind of be like that, just a little bit enhanced. So we actually had to, we would get to, okay, we're at 2 minutes now going into that next section, but we don't have the vocal. So I would mute all the stems and just fly in the 2-track reference that he likes and level match it and crossfade, make it just, and there are probably 15 instances across the album where it does this.
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. But the challenge then becomes, okay, how do I take my mixed song that sounds bigger and kind of beefier and have it flow into the older reference mix that's, maybe smaller, or maybe it just sounds different. So that was the challenge. Sometimes it was a matter of automating and like backing off my processing slowly over the course of 30 seconds to get into that section of song. That was really sounding a lot different. Or sometimes in some cases, it was just, we were boxed in and we just could not do any mixing or changing because it would sound too different when I got to that other section. So the album was full of those types of challenges. And then not to mention when he would give notes saying, "Hey, the verse on that song," or "I need it louder," or "I need you to mute that word." Luckily, then we had instrumental versions of some of the references too, so we could splice in, sections that didn't have the phrase, or we could. There was even one instance where the vocal was missing, so we used one of our vocals singing into a mic, and then used EQ match with FabFilter, and just made it, we pretended to be his voice with like an accent. It was very cringe. And oh, he better not find out.
Wow, this story is getting better and better.
And we spliced it in for like, we're talking like half of a phrase to get like an S and an ah vowel, like "sa," and we spliced it in and EQ matched it. Boom, it worked. Nobody will ever know.
Wow.
Until now.
I've done that
so
with
there you go.
I've done that with T's and S's, but not with not with more than that.
Yeah. So
whatever it takes to get across the finish line.
Yeah, get it across. And